Hello everyone, Jim here, Freya here. Freya is almost 1 year old, came in for our residency program. She is American English Coonhound Cross, has a lot of Coonhound in her. She gets focused, she's driven by other animals and things that are happening in the world. It's our job to try to get that focus as much as we can, especially when we're working and when we can get it out of her when we're doing other things in life. But you have to realize a coonhound's a coonhound, just like a lot of the hunting breeds and working breeds. They tend to focus on their surroundings. Our job is to try to create that focus for us. It's really, really cold out here. We had 2.5 inches of snow yesterday. It's melted, most of it, but the temperature wasn't melting because of the temperature, because it's really cold. But we're gonna work here and try to work pretty fast and go through things. You ready, sweetheart? Let's go. So let's go. I heard what I said. Words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion. Good girl. What do I mean by that? That's praise for me. I changed directions. Good girl. I'm gonna let her know she changed directions with me. Slow down, sit. Good girl. So I've got her focused right now. You might see it peek somewhere else at times, but that's okay. That's what we're dealing with. So I asked her to sit. She has to sit. Break. Notice I stepped away from her, broke her, trying to encourage her to come to me. That's going to be important for the come command and for the break and the release command. So we're going to go back to working. Sit. Okay, so now when I did the sit last time, I didn't say, if she didn't sit then or she got up, I would bite her like this. No, sit. And then good girl once she did it. Of course, if she didn't do it and sat first time and held it, I would praise her with touch, maybe with a treat. We're beyond giving her treats for sit, but we still use it for other things. That doesn't mean you can't use treats whenever you want, but you always give her treats for good of what's going on. See, she hears a bird over there or something she's looking at. Let's go. We see how she focused and turned right back on. So you saw the SIT. Typically when I ask a dog to sit, they hold the sit as long as I want them to, but I'm not gonna have them sit for a long, long time. I worry about the pressure I put on their rear end. When it's cold, I'm worried about their butt and their body being on the ground and losing some of that body heat. Let's go. Sit. Good. Down. Down is down. Hand signal from in front is down. She's to lay down and she's to hold that down until I release her. She's not supposed to smell, which is next to impossible. But if she started to smell, I would tap the leash and tell her no down. If she didn't down, I would tap the leash and tell her no down as well. Okay, baby. Break. Good girl. Good girl. Let's go. So that was down from the front, down from the side. Good. So typically with down, she has to hold it till I release her. This is a command inside, or when the weather is nice, I'll actually put a stay on it. Break. The stay is an open palm in front of her nose, and basically I'm asking her to lay down, stay there. She can lay on her side, she can smell, she can chew a bone or a yak snack or something like that, and stay there for 10, 15 minutes at a time. What does that do? That teaches that you're the leader and that she has to obey you. That down stay, or the down by itself as well, is one of the most submissive commands a dog would do for you, the leader. But it can be a positive thing. With her, I would recommend a down stay indoors probably 4 to 5 times a week for the first couple of weeks for 10 or 15 minutes. If she gets up, you're gonna get her, you're gonna pick up the leash because she's gonna have a leash on, you're gonna walk her back to that place. No, 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 down, stay. And when she does it, good girl, and you're gonna walk back to where you were. You never hover by her once she broke a command. You always go back to where she was, because dogs are smart enough to break commands just like children are to get your attention and get you with them again. Let's go. Good girl. So we have the sit, the down, we have the down stay, we have the let's go. The other thing about the stay command real quick is once she understands what down stay is and you've got that open palm, I will do it when she's standing up. If we're in the house and you're going into the kitchen for something and she's loose and free and you don't want her in there because she may be a counter surfer, hint, hint, she's had that trait before. We might tell her stay, walk into the kitchen, and when we do that, If she stays in the room, we're going to praise her when we come back, may give her a treat, love her, what have you. But if she walks in and follows you, you're just going to take her and bite her back into the other room. No, no, no. Stay. And then you're going to repeat it again. You're going to do it over and over and over again. Repetition is so important, but you're going to do it over and over again till she gets the idea. Then you're going to praise her big time. Right? Good girl. Let's go. So we're doing a lot of let's goes right now. Come on, baby. Let's go. Come on. She likes the furniture. Okay, so I'm pretty sure she's allowed to be on the furniture at home. There's nothing wrong with having a dog on the furniture if that's what you want. My biggest thing is I want you to be the leader. I've seen fallout when a dog starts commandeering the bed or the couch and growling and snarling at other animals and other people. Be the leader. When you do that and when you're establishing it, when you get her up there, you make it a point of telling her to let's go to get off, okay? And if she doesn't do it, you're gonna bite her and let her off. But she's gonna understand that the house is yours. Your kids are yours. She has to follow your rules. Okay, baby. Load up. Hup. Good girl. Either one, load up or hup. Right. Good girl. Good girl. So that's what I do. So if we were going to allow her on the furniture, we would tell her to load up or place, whatever, you could use the place, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Get up there and she can chill. When you want her off, she has to get off. Okay? If you tell her to load up on the furniture and don't say a command like the PLACE, which we're going to do right here in just a second, and she gets off, she's basically breaking the command. So if you just want her to be up on the furniture when you want her to be and she can get off, you will just tell her to load up or hup. Let's go, baby. Come on. Place. Good girl. Place is the same thing we were talking about getting up on the furniture, but we have a bed at home. Place is to get on your bed, lay down, sit down, stand up, read a book. I don't care what she does as long as she stays there. If you noticed, I pointed out in front of me, she started going in the front. In the beginning, we walk her to our place and we gradually encourage her, and I hope you're hearing that with my voice, my emotion. But we get her out. Once she gets on the bed, she can smell. She can't chew the bed. She can chew on her toy. She can go to sleep as whatever. She can do this for a couple of hours at a time. In the beginning, you're going to be close because you're going to have to bite her back just like with the down stay that I was talking about earlier, or the down. But once she knows, she's there. And you're going to be able to go out of the room. And in fact, I encourage you, once you feel like she's in control or you're in control and she knows what you want, to start walking out of the room and coming back. And then, of course, when you come back in the room, you make sure you praise her for it. White girl, let's go. Sit. Good girl. Good girl. So the last command, I believe, no, we're going to have another one here in just a second. But the next command is the heel command. The heel command is we've got a little imaginary box beside us. We're going to walk. She needs to stay right in that box. If we turn, she recognizes the turn and she may be out of the box, but she has to get back into it. We've got breeze. I don't know if you can see the breeze that carries scents in the air and leaves and things like that pushing around. This is natural, but she's doing really good, I think. All right, you ready? Heel. So heel, we walk, we stop. No, sit. So we're going to have to go back and do it. Heel. So notice I turn. I'm giving her a chance to get back in the box. No. Sit. We're going to do it again. Heel. Good girl. So this is something we're going to circle back through before we're done, because in the heel, she's supposed to come into the box, stay in the box. When I stop, she sits automatically. And she must sit because she knows to do that. Not going to make any excuses for her. It happens. She has to do it. You notice I did the B-R-E-A-K a while ago. Now I'm going to take a little takeoff of that. Come. So come. I step back. She comes. She sits right in front of me. Good girl. I give her a treat. She has to hold that sit. Let's go. So when you're working with her, and we have just what we had before. Heel. No, sit. Heel. Good girl. Heel. So typically when this happens, what I'm doing now, good girl. I love you. Heel. Good girl. Come. break. Okay, baby. So I'm a glutton for punishment. This happens. It doesn't happen very often, but it does. Have to realize that she's been here going on 10 days today. Even in 2 years, she may make a mistake. There's only one perfect being to ever walk this earth. My personal belief, my conviction is Jesus Christ above us. We're gonna make mistakes. I'm gonna make mistakes. She's gonna make mistakes. You're gonna make mistakes. But the beautiful thing is having a family unit, a pack that's growing together, and those mistakes minimized. When you see them happen, you have to come right back to it, okay? And we're gonna come back to it and do it again here in just a second. So we do it over and over, and typically what I like to tell people is when you have something happen like that, you always come back and have them do it 2 times correctly in a row before you quit. Okay, baby, let's go. So sit. Good girl. I love you. Break. And it's so important. Did you hear me? Good girl, I love you. She messed up. That doesn't give us the right to get irked and PO'd, okay? We have to stay positive. When we provide a consequence, you go back and listen. I imagine I had a little inflection to my voice when I told her no, but by and large, we have to be positive. We don't want to sit here and beat her over the head and do things like that where she'll be scared to work. We want her to work and we want her to grow. Just like, again, we encourage our children, ourselves, if we care about what's going on. Okay, you ready? Let's go. Sit. Heel. Good girl. Heel. Step off. She's got to come back into the box. Good girl. One more time. Heel. Because as I said, I'm a glutton for punishment. Break. Ah, girl. So I did it 3 times. I tell my clients I want them to do it too, but as a trainer, I usually come back and make them do it 3 times in a row. Again, when you see something that happens, if it's good, remember it and be ready to praise it. If it's something you didn't like, you have to work on it. You have to do the repetitions. The only thing else about her is she got tons of energy. She tends to be very hyperactive, but there's also a fine line. She's a little bit skittish and she's still young. We need to take every opportunity, and Coonhounds can be this way. So it's a trait that can be within the breed. We need to take every opportunity we can when they're young is to introduce them to things, to other people, to dogs, to other animals, in a positive way as we can. And how do we help make that positive? That praise I was talking about a while ago. Words, touch, treat, toy, positive emotion is such a big key. And I truly believe you'll continue to grow and do the things you need. Of course, by her having a residency, as long as I'm alive, she's welcome to come back for training. There's never a charge for a follow-up, okay? And that's it. That's where we go. And if I can't do it, if I'm not available, Rachel will be. Thank you so much. Jim Hodges Dog Training, 336-945-3232. God bless. Let's go.